Hey guys, hope you're all well. I have a sore throat. I'll try to put up a facade and hide the fact that I do, but I really wanted to make this video. So, hey, here it is, an explanation of why some women fall in love with serial killers. Now, I just want to put that away as a side note that I have a sore throat, so do bear with me. But look, we all know some women have fallen deeply in love with serial killers. It's a fact. We can look at it throughout history. Even when these men are in prison for terrible crimes, they still get love. They get love letters, they get gifts, and even marriage proposals. If we take, for example, Ted Bundy, who killed over 30 women, he had many female fans during his trial. Some of them dressed like his victims to get his attention.
Bruh.
And if you look at another serial killer known as Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker, he actually married one of his fans while he was in prison.
Bruh.
Even if we take mass murderers like Anders, who killed 77 people in Norway, he received love letters from teenage girls.
Bruh.
Now, this strange and surprising behavior has many reasons behind it. It is not just one thing that explains it. Experts believe it happens because of personal history, psychology, childhood trauma, media influence, and, well, society's ideas about love and fame. Many women who fall in love with serial killers have painful experiences from their past. Studies show that many of them grew up in violent homes, they faced abuse, or were neglected. And because of this, they might have an insecure way of loving others. Psychologists call this anxious attachment. And what this means is that a person feels scared of being alone, but also scared of being hurt. A man in prison might feel safe because he cannot hurt them physically. They feel in control. Women feel in control because he's locked up. Psychologist Sheila Eisenberg said many of these women have low self-esteem and were often victims of physical or sexual abuse. Their need for love, even dangerous love, is stronger than their fear. You see, their need for love is stronger than their reasoning. Another reason is trauma bonding. This happens when people get used to the feeling of pain and love at the same time. If someone grows up in a home full of violence, they might think that love and pain always go together. So, being with a dangerous man feels strangely familiar. Some women also believe they can save or fix the killer. They think their love will heal the killer's damaged soul. This is part of a fantasy called the savior complex. They are not really loving the real person, they are loving an image in their minds. An image of a broken man who needs their special love. Another important idea, and it's quite a mouthful, for the life of me I find it hard to pronounce, but it's Hybristophilia, right? And this is a word psychologists use for people who feel attracted to someone who has done something terrible, like murder. Some women feel a strong excitement because the man is dangerous and forbidden. Others feel important because they are connected to someone famous. In a strange way, the killer's fame makes them feel special too. Dr. Soham Das, a forensic psychiatrist, says that many of these women are not mentally ill, but they have a deep need for excitement, attention, or purpose, and they find it in the most dangerous places. Also, let's talk about media and society's influences, because movies, TV shows, documentaries, and news stories have turned serial killers into, well, celebrities. Sometimes the media shows killers as smart, charming, and mysterious. Actors like Zac Efron playing Ted Bundy in movies make killers look good looking and misunderstood. This creates the idea that there is something special or interesting about killers. Psychologist Amanda Vicari explains that some women see these killers as the ultimate bad boy. The bad boy image, someone who breaks rules and lives dangerously. And they are often shown as attractive in movies and books. Being with a bad boy can seem exciting, like being part of a wild story. Also, since killers become famous, some women might think if I am with him, I'll be important too. The internet has made this even bigger. Online groups, fan clubs, and forums where people share letters, photos, and stories about killers have grown. Even if you go onto YouTube Shorts and you write serial killer edits and you go into the comments, you will see over there that there's a lot of women fantasizing about these serial killers. Women in these groups feel less alone. They encourage each other, making this strange attraction seem normal. Experts warn that media can send dangerous messages. By focusing on a killer's childhood, pain, or showing only their good side, shows and news can make people forget how terrible their actions really were. One report said, mass media acts like a double edged sword. It teaches about crime, but it can also make dangerous men look romantic. In short, society and media sometimes help turn criminals into dark heroes in the eyes of vulnerable people. Alright, sorry guys, had to take a little break and get some water. But look, let's talk about fantasy and mental health now. Because most women who fall for killers are not crazy, but many live in a strong fantasy world. They imagine the killer is different with them, gentle, kind, and full of hidden goodness. They tell themselves he would never hurt them because he loves me. This belief helps them feel special and chosen. Some women have mental health issues like delusional thinking. A few suffer from erotomania, where they believe a famous person secretly loves them, but these are rare cases. More often, the women are lonely, they feel invisible, or dream of being someone's savior. Loving a man who is locked away also means they avoid the normal problems of daily relationships, such as money troubles, arguments, boredom. They can keep their relationship inside a dream where everything feels intense and romantic. Fantasy allows them to ignore the reality that the man they love has hurt and killed innocent people. Psychologists say this shows the power of denial, the ability to block out facts when they are too painful. Women falling in love with serial killers is a real and complex phenomenon. Now, it cannot be explained by one reason alone because it often involves painful childhoods and attachment problems, low self esteem, and a desire to feel special, a wish to rescue or fix a dangerous man, or just excitement from the idea of fame or forbidden love, media and cultural myths about bad boys and romantic danger, and of course, fantasy worlds that hide the very ugly and wrinkly truth. Now, not all these women are mentally ill. Many are ordinary people whose deep needs and dreams lead them into extreme and unhealthy love stories. Understanding them requires both looking at their personal lives and at the society that tells stories about love, fame, and danger, and of course, bad boys. As experts remind us, these attractions are not about love for the real man, they are about filling deep emotional holes, escaping reality, and sometimes finding power and meaning where none existed before.